Bitch, pay up now.
It's not my debt. Go ask Liu Darking for it.
Hey, you woman, this clearly has your name, Liang Xiaohui. Still trying to deny it. Pay up now.
I was pregnant, struggling to drag furniture against the door. The noise outside finally died down after a while. Things like this happened every few days. A few months ago, Liu Darking came to me with a divorce agreement and said,
Xiaohui, our company is about to go bankrupt. For the sake of our child, let's get a fake divorce first.
Of course I didn't agree. Darking, all these years, we've supported each other through everything. Let's get through this together.
But I think we need to give our child a good future. After the divorce, I'll transfer all the assets to you.
I couldn't withstand Liu Darking's persistent coaxing. I signed the divorce papers, and signed the asset transfer contract too. Until the mistress showed up at my door, pregnant. Only then did I realize that it was a loan shark contract. After Liu Darking gave me 10,000 yuan, he kicked me out of the house. I walked out of the rental apartment. I went to the company that Liu Darking and I had built from scratch after years of street vending, standing at the entrance. I happened to see Liu Darking helping the mistress into the company. I ignored them. Numbly, I took the freight elevator straight to the rooftop. I stroked my belly. I remembered giving up the college entrance exam for Liu Darking, and breaking with my grandmother. My babies, I'm sorry. If there's a next life, I will definitely take you to see the world out. The wind whistled past my ears. My mind went blank.
Xiaohui, just help me this once. Listen to me. The college entrance exam really doesn't matter much.
But when I opened my eyes again, what came into view was retro 80s decor. And Liu Darking, who was desperately persuading me to give up the college entrance exam. I look at the young Liu Darking in front of me, and start to wonder. Could it be that before death, your life really does flash before your eyes? But the warmth of his hands holding mine feels so real.
Xiaohui, slap.
I reach out my hand, and with all my strength, I slap him. Real or not, I'll hit first and ask later. Liu Darking holds his face, looking at me in disbelief. I clench my tingling right hand. It's not a dream. I've really returned to 1989, the year I was preparing for college entrance exams in my senior year. From the looks of it, Liu Darking is probably here to persuade me to drop out, to take care of his injured mother.
Xiaohui, I know this is unfair to you. As long as you take care of my mom, after I finish my military service in a year, I'll take you to start a business in Beijing.
Thinking about what happened in my past life, I sneer. The college entrance exam is my most important chance. You know I have good grades, and you still ask me to give up. Why don't you ask your sister to drop out and take care of your mom? Get out. After saying that, I walk straight home, ignoring his desperate pleas behind me. In my past life, Liu Darking's casual concern for me I mistook for love. So when he told me to skip the college entrance exam, I thought it was a sacrifice for love. Grandma raised me by growing apples. When she heard I'd given up the exam, she was furious I didn't live up to her hopes. I just packed a few sets of clothes and ran away from home. Without any status, I lived at Liu Darking's house, taking care of his mom with a broken leg. Until Liu Darking took me to Beijing, I never went back to see Grandma once. In this life, I absolutely can't repeat that mistake. Before I even reached the doorstep, I shouted at the top of my lungs, Grandma, I'm back. Our little Nanan is back. Time for dinner. Go wash your hands. Seeing Grandma alive and real in front of me, my eyes suddenly welled up. Okay, Grandma's cooking is the best. You're such a chatterbox. After dinner, I lay in bed, digesting everything that happened today. The college entrance exam is less than half a year away. If I'm going to take it, I have to get into the best university. Only then will this second chance be worth it. As for Liu Darking, I won't let him off easy either.
Where's Liang Xiaohui? Tell her to come out.
The next morning, I was in morning self-study, and after putting down my pen and stepping out of the classroom, a crowd had already gathered outside. The person who came was none other than Liu Darking's sister, Liu Yulan. What do you want from me?
What do I want? Weren't you supposed to come to our house and take care of my mom? Why didn't you show up?
Thinking about how in the previous life I took care of her mom for free, and never got a kind word from either of them, I just had to laugh. Why should I go? She's not my mom.
Don't you like my brother?
First, I don't like your brother. Second, why don't you go take care of your own mom? Why drag an outsider like me into it? Liu Yulan was so stunned by my comeback she couldn't speak. Finally she muttered, I'm going home, and vanished after saying she'd tell her brother. Ignoring the stares around me, I walked back to my seat and continued working on my problems. The midterm exam came as scheduled. For this exam, I've prepared thoroughly. Overall, I didn't have any issues. Except physics was a bit tough. After the exam, school gave us 2 days off. I stayed home to review my physics mistakes. Sweetie, don't stay in your room all day. You'll ruin your eyes.
No, Grandma, I need to make the most of my time.
That you think that way, sweetie, makes Grandma happy, but what? I heard from Aunt Wang's daughter that you're going to take care of Darking's mother who broke her leg. Don't make a foolish decision. Don't worry, Grandma, I know better than anyone what I want. Your grandfather didn't get into college and regretted it his whole life. Our sweetie will definitely get what she wants. 2 days later, the break ended. The school posted the midterm results. Look, I'm still first place. And 30 points ahead of second. It's about what I estimated. But to secure a spot in a top school, I can't let my guard down. The college entrance exam is just around the corner. The school started setting up exam rooms. All the students, seniors, have to take their stuff home and study there. After breakfast, I had just opened my classical Chinese textbook to memorize some passages when I heard banging on the door. I opened the door, and there was Lu Darking's face, way too close. I instantly felt disgusted. I turned to slam the door. But he stuck his foot in the door.
Xiaohui, hear me out. I shouldn't have told you to give up the exam. I regretted it as soon as I said it. Now that I'm discharged from the army, I came straight back to you. You've always been in my heart. No matter how you score, I'll work hard to give you a good life.
Retired for me. I rolled my eyes so hard. In my previous life, I remember he was sent back because of misconduct. That's why he was discharged, right? A wave of anger swept over me. I pulled open the door. I kicked Lu Darking in the chest. Please don't make our relationship sound so ambiguous. You know why you came back early, you know it yourself, and give me back the $50 your family owes mine. $50 in the 1980s was a lot of money. Grandma sold apples for months and still couldn't make that much. Lu Darking clutched his chest and it took him a while to straighten up.
Since when did my family owe yours money?
My parents were still alive when they lent it to your family. Your family, on the other hand, never said a word after my parents died.
I went back inside and got the IOU.
Here's the proof. It has your parents' signatures and thumbprints. You're not going to deny it, are you?
My voice rose. The neighbors gathered around.
Geez, he's pocketing even this money.
Yeah. Aunt Liang raised Hui all by herself.
Lu Darking, red-faced, stood up.
I'll pay you back in a couple of days. Liang Xiaohui, you'll regret this.
I regretted it a long time ago. Regretted it in my past life. Shouldn't have fallen for his empty promises. The next day, Lu Darking sent back $50 through someone. I gave the money to Grandma and told her to go to the market soon to buy a few more laying hens. I lied, saying I wanted eggs. After 3 days, the college entrance exam ended. I lay in bed, thinking about how to earn living expenses during the break. The apples at home are ripe. In the past, we relied on others to buy them. The price is low, and they're very picky. They always reject about a third. Maybe the rejects, I could take the apples and eggs and try selling them in town. As soon as I thought of it, I set off. I made an appointment with Uncle Zhang, who works in town, to meet up. Early the next morning, I picked 2 small baskets of apples. I went to the chicken coop. The eggs saved from the past few days plus today's added up to over 50. I wrapped them in straw and put them into the baskets. After securing the 2 baskets, I got on Uncle Zhang's motorcycle. I waved goodbye to Grandma.
Xiaohui, are you taking stuff? Going to town to visit relatives?
No, I'm just bored on break, so I'm taking some things to sell.
If my Xiao Jun were half as good as you, I'd have nothing to worry about.
Once in town, I asked Uncle Zhang to drop me off at the supply and marketing cooperative. After thanking him, I carried my load and walked into the cooperative. Hello, comrade, give me the cheapest pack of cigarettes. I put the cigarettes in my pocket and walked out of the cooperative, but I wasn't going to sell on the street. There's a villa district in town. The people living there are either rich or powerful. I decided to try my luck there. I arrived at the back gate. Sure enough, there was a guard. I took out the cigarettes and pointed at the 2 baskets of apples. Uncle, I'm here to visit relatives with these things. Can you make an exception and let me in?
Make it quick.
Okay. Thank you. I ring the doorbell of one of the yards. This yard has the most variety of flowers. It clearly took a lot of effort. The care it shows tells me its owner is a lady who loves life.
What's the matter, little girl?
Hello, Auntie. I brought some apples and eggs from home. See if you need any.
That's too many. I can't decide on my own.
You don't have to buy all of them, and my prices are a bit lower. Eggs are $1 per pound, 3 pounds for just $2.97. Apples freshly picked this morning, only 6 cents per pound. No need to pick by shape, 5 cents per pound.
Then I'll go back and get money to buy some. Wait for me.
I can't sell many apples at a high price. I focus on small profits but quick sales. I go door to door every few villas, though I sometimes get turned away. But that's okay. Finally, I sold them all. I made $7.94 from eggs. I made 60 cents from apples. After deducting 10 cents for transportation, I'm left with $8.54. Today's task of building brand awareness is perfectly done. Liu Daqing came to ask me to work in Shenzhen again. My grandma found out. She chased him for miles with a manure scoop. Just sitting in grandma's orchard. Soon I started contacting apple growers around. I bought their fruits at 3 cents, regardless of shape. I started going to town every day. I gave cigarettes to the staff on duty. The price kept going up. Now he wouldn't ask any questions. He'd just let me in. I reached out and rang the doorbell. Aunt Wu saw it was me. She hurried inside to call someone.
Ma'am, the girl who sells fruit is here.
A distinguished-looking lady came out of the house. She looked me up and down with surprise.
I thought Aunt Wu was joking with me. It turns out you really are a young girl.
Ma'am, are my apples delicious?
Impudent child, just call me Aunt Chen. Your fruits are delicious and cheap. My husband and kids fight over them. I need to take a few more pounds of apples. And eggs. No thing.
I hoisted the carrying pole and set off to the next house. Following the same route as last time, I made a second round of sales. Everywhere I went, people wanted a few pounds of apples or eggs. Today, I sold out even earlier than before. Bored, I crouched by the street waiting. Uncle Jean, with all the people coming and going, how come a tricycle is blocking the way? That's so inconsiderate, I muttered to myself. And there's a sign too. I took a closer look. For sale cheap, this is exactly the delivery tool I need now. Looking at the tricycle, no major problems. It's probably hard to haggle. I went into the shop behind to ask. Boss, whose tricycle is this?
Little girl, if you're serious, I'll call the owner for you.
Go ahead and call him out. Let's talk price. If it's fair, I'll take it.
The shopkeeper adjusted his glasses, looked at me, and went through the back door to call someone. I gave the bike a careful look. It wasn't too big. I could load and ride it myself. The license plate was old, but the bike was still in great shape. The owner must have taken good care of it.
Young lady, I heard you want to buy this tricycle from me.
I turned around and saw an old man with white hair but a strong build. I mean, how much are you asking?
I've had this tricycle for so long, if my son weren't taking me to Beijing, I wouldn't part with it. Since you really want it, I'll let it go for $80.
80? I thought I misheard. A tricycle that's nearly 20 years old for 80? This old man is selling nostalgia. This tricycle is too old. Some parts are rusted. I'd take it for 20 without hesitation.
When the old man heard that, his beard bristled with anger.
Young lady, who taught you to bargain like that? 50. If I weren't in a hurry, I wouldn't lower the price.
Grandpa, we really don't have that much money. How about I add a bit, 25?
At least 40.
I pretended to be a bit angry and said, final offer, 33, or I'm leaving. As I started to walk away, the old man quickly grabbed me.
You win, kid. 33, it is. I'm in a hurry to sell.
Here's 5 as a deposit. Tomorrow, right here, at this time, I'll pay the rest and you hand over the tricycle. Deal. The old man took the money and readily agreed. Deal.
Tomorrow, both I and the tricycle will be here waiting for you.
At the dinner table, I took out some money. Grandma, I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead, Nanan.
Today I earned $1.55. I'm putting down 71 cents. I put a deposit on a used tricycle.
Our family's first vehicle was bought by Nanan. But don't spend too much, okay?
I held up both hands to show the number 33. It was originally $11.43, but I got it for $4.71.
Amazing. Nanan is the breadwinner now. We'll do whatever you say.
The next day, I took $4 and showed up as promised. I took out 2 copies of the tricycle resale agreement. Please take a look to see if there are any issues. If it's fine, we'll sign and seal. The old man barely looked at it. He took the pen and signed without hesitation. After signing, I got on the new tricycle and rode home happily. But as soon as I got home, I saw a crowd gathered at the door. I thought something happened to Grandma. Move aside. What's going on?
Xiao Hui is back.
The crowd that had gathered at the door instantly turned their eyes to me.
Xiao Hui, you've made us so proud. Mrs. Liang, you'll be able to enjoy life from now on.
Xiaohui, you got into Tsinghua University. That's so impressive.
I took the admission letter from Grandma's hand and examined it over and over. My name is Liang Xiaohui. After closing the door, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I burst into tears in my grandmother's arms. As if to pour out all the grievances from my past life and the anxiety of my rebirth all at once. And just like that, I had a car. I was no longer limited to selling in the villa area. I started taking apples to sell at the train station. I also occasionally went to the neighboring town. The apples basically sold out every day. By the time school started, I had earned over $1,500. It was enough to cover my college expenses. A week before school started, I planned to go to school early to get familiar with it. Grandma was worried about me leaving home for the first time. She wanted to prepare everything for me. Seeing that she was buying more and more, I quickly stopped her. I'm not a kid anymore. I can buy what I need myself, and with all this stuff, I can't carry it all by myself. Look at me, I got carried away buying. I knew it was Grandma's care for me. The day of departure arrived. I packed my luggage and prepared to head to Beijing. I got my ticket at the last minute. Carrying all my bags, I just found my seat and sat down. The train whistled. To my grandma on the platform, I waved goodbye. The train kept stopping and starting. It took 2 days to reach Beijing. Breathing the air of Beijing, my memories began to overlap with those from a past life. But this time, my life would finally be different from the previous one. I went to the registration desk to get my dorm number, got the key, grabbed my luggage and headed straight there. Opened the door. Someone had arrived before me. It was a fashionably dressed girl. Hi, classmate, I'm Liang Xiaohu, from Shandong.
That girl bounced over to me
and shook my hand.
I'm Qin Yun, I'm local, from Beijing.
Seemed like a nice, easygoing person. I picked a bed in the corner. After wiping it down, I started unpacking. My 2 other roommates also arrived before school started. Xie Xiaohua and Luo Wenwen. They seemed nice. Maybe because it was the first semester, I didn't have many classes. I had free time every day. Since it was the weekend, I went to the bus stop to wait. I remembered there was a wholesale market in Beijing. In my past life, Lu Darking and I sourced goods from there and made our fortune. I suddenly thought, what about setting up a stall near school? Tsinghua is near many universities. Lots of students, lots of foot traffic, should be good profit. The wholesale market is huge inside, shops packed one next to another. I lowered my cap brim and looked carefully. I wanted to stock some brightly colored, boldly designed clothes. Even though right now most people dress pretty plainly. If I remember correctly, bell-bottoms will be the trend soon, and these clothes. I've walked through the first and second floors, didn't find anything I liked. I had already lost hope. But on the 3rd floor, at the far end, I found a shop that looked way slower than the others. There was only the owner inside, sitting there listening to the radio. But they not only had shirts, but skirts and even bell-bottoms. Boss, I really like the styles you have here. I want to work with you. I'd like to partner with you.
You're just a kid. What ideas could you have?
I want to buy from you every month, or even every week, and sell them elsewhere.
So you want to wholesale from me?
Well, you could say that.
Alright, I'll knock $1 off each piece for you.
No, I want a uniform price per piece.
$6, little girl. You drive a hard bargain. Are you messing with me?
I want a long-term partnership with you. Plus, I'll design some styles for you to manufacture. For each style, I'll pay you an extra processing fee.
The shopkeeper said impatiently.
90 cents is squeezing my profit margin. $1.35 each.
I stopped haggling with her. Let's not go back and forth. $1.28 each. We all make a profit. But, boss, you'll need to have someone deliver them to my place. Seeing the shopkeeper still hesitant. Once my business picks up, I'll raise the purchase price. Let's work well together. Hearing this, the shopkeeper readily shook my hand and signed the agreement on the spot.
I picked out 30 items.
Tell Mr. Tang at noon on Wednesday to have someone deliver them to Tsinghua University's northeast gate. After returning from the market, I started looking for rental info near the school. After all, it's not practical to keep the clothes in the dorm. I planned to rent a small room as my initial warehouse. I worked non-stop for 2 days, and finally I found one. A courtyard house, with half of the west wing partitioned off. 75 cents per month. The size is just right. Once I set up 2 clotheslines, I could also fit a bed, and it's not far from the dorm. No class on Wednesday morning. I put on my hat. I arrived early at the northeast gate to wait. After waiting a while, a young guy, out of breath, came riding a tricycle. Are you sent by Boss Tang?
Yes, just call me Gangzi.
Gangzi, following my directions, rode to the courtyard house. I took the key and opened the door. And carried the goods into the room with Gangzi. After finishing, I started checking the quantity and style of the clothes, and hung them up for storage. Soon it was Friday. I finished dinner early, and went to the warehouse to sort the clothes. Carrying a woven bag, and a drying rack on my shoulder, I headed to Yingkai Street. At the intersection of Yingkai Street and Yuanan Street, there was a night market. I had scouted it beforehand. There were quite a few people. When I arrived, the stalls were already set up. I set up next to a handmade woven bag stall. The stall owner was a kind auntie who saw me busy alone, and even helped me set up the rack. I quickly thanked her. Just as I put up the sign, 2 young girls came over. Maybe it was the bright colors of the new clothes. They hesitated to pick them up. I walked over and grabbed a random t-shirt. You can take them out and look.
But isn't this color a bit too bright?
I spun around on the spot and replied,
Clothes are for you to wear. What matters most is you like them. See, I'm wearing one too. Do you think it's too bright?
The two girls looked at the red t-shirt on me, shook their heads, maybe convinced. They started picking out clothes. But in the end, they only chose one. A white blouse with a slight design. I took out a pair of simple dark jeans. These jeans go with the blouse. It's a great look. Tuck the hem into the jeans, simple and elegant. Only one left. And it's your size.
All right, wrap them up for me, please.
Later, I set up a stall. I only managed to sell about a dozen items. It seems people aren't quite ready for it yet. I sat in my dorm watching the rain outside. I figured I wouldn't be able to set up the stall today. Just then, Chin-yun burst in excitedly and said, when?
Xiaohua and Xiaohuai, let's go to the indoor basketball court and watch some basketball. I heard there will be a lot of cute guys today.
The three of us looked at each other. Seeing we weren't reacting, Chin-yun grabbed our hands.
Come on, come with me. Think of it as a dorm bonding activity. I already asked someone to save us seats.
Since I can't set up the stall today anyway, let's just go and have fun. I haven't really experienced college life yet. When the four of us arrived at the basketball court, it was almost full. Guess the cute guys have quite the pull. Just arrived.
Chin-yun asked someone to save the spot for us.
Then cheers erupted in the gym. It sounded like the red team's number 9 player got the loudest cheers. We took a look. He was really good looking. 185 centimeters, broad shoulders, narrow waist, fair skin, delicate features. He could be an actor. I don't really know much about basketball, but my roommates were really into it, so I didn't want to spoil the fun. I was just busy setting up our stall. I was so tired my eyes were glazing over. Just then, something came flying toward us. I turned around and saw it was a basketball. Out of instinct, I punched the basketball coming straight at me. It bounced back with a bang right into the face of the guy who came to save it. He fell to the ground. That sure woke me up. I walked over to check on him. Wasn't this the number 9 player who could be an actor? I pulled out a handkerchief and pressed it against his nose. Hey, just press it to stop the bleeding. Should I pay you some medical expenses?
No need, it's not serious.
With that, he pushed through the crowd and left. In the end, because the red team's key player was injured, the game was called off. On the way back to the dorm, my roommates couldn't stop laughing.
Xiaohui, you're the first one to make Senior Jian get injured on the basketball court. You know him? Come on, he's GNK, the school's celebrity. A lot of people came just to see him today.
I looked at Wenwen and Xiaohua with a questioning glance, and they both nodded in confirmation. Man, I've been so busy with the stall lately. About school, I have no idea at all. Little figures are running wild in my head. But I said, he's the one who didn't want the compensation. What I'm about is no overthinking, just another weekend. After a brief chat with Boss Tang, I took out the drawings and handed them to her.
Xiaohui, not bad. But this only has 2 straps, the top that's pulled by straps. Isn't it too revealing?
This is called a cami top. It looks great on. Take these styles and make samples first. By Wednesday, put them in with the stock and ship them together. I'll get back to you with Gangzi about which ones to mass produce.
Okay, go pick the stock.
With referrals from classmates, many people are willing to start trying new styles. The last batch sold faster and faster. This time I picked 100 pieces. Back at school, I checked my watch. It was still early. I decided on a whim to browse at Wang Fujing bookstore. The bookstore is huge. It has several floors. Many couples come here for dates. It's just a pity. There are very few books on fashion design. Only interpretation of fashion design is in stock.
Are you interested in fashion design?
GNK, is your nose better?
Thanks for going easy on me.
Alright, GN. How about I treat you to a meal? Consider it an apology.
What do you want to eat? Anything's fine, I'm not picky.
Is lamb offal soup okay?
You really know how to eat. This place has the most authentic flavor.
We didn't talk much during the meal. GNK finished a bit earlier than me. Before I could react, he had already paid. Didn't we agree I would pay?
Liang, I only agreed to come eat with you. I didn't say you were treating.
The school gate where GNK and I went back to the dorm wasn't the same one. Before we parted, I ran into a department store, bought an apple and handed it to GNK.
Apple? Yes.
Wish you peace and safety from now on.
Thanks, I'll take that.
Wednesday evening, I set up my stall on time. At my usual spot, a lot of customers showed up.
Xiaohu, what are you doing here?
Oh no, it's Kinyan and them. But the clothes I brought out today are almost sold out. So, after packing up, I brought them directly to my small storage room.
Wow, so many clothes. Xiaohui, are all these yours? I heard there's a stall at the night market that sells really nice clothes. I was planning to ask you to come with me tonight. So it's you.
If there's something you like, pick two.
No need to pay, thanks Xiao Hui. I heard you're great at matching. Quick, help me pick an outfit.
Help me pick one too. Me too, me too.
Later, on Wangfujing Street, I rented a shop, decorated it in a minimalist style, and launched my own brand, Xiao Hui's Closet. Boss Tang became my subcontracting partner. I'm responsible for designing the clothes, drafts go to him, and he handles production. Of course, we definitely need to sign a non-disclosure agreement for the drafts. Today is Mid-Autumn Festival, so I told my staff to go home early for reunion. After seeing off the last customer, I turned off the lights and locked up. To get back before the dawn curfew, I'll have to run a bit.
Liang Xiaohui, are you doing well now?
Who hates me so much they're gnashing their teeth? I turn around. A sloppily dressed, grey-haired man appears before me. It's Liu Daking. Everyone's gone home for reunions. Only me and Liu Daking are on the street. I stay alert. How did you find me? Liu Daking grins, showing yellow teeth.
Who in the village doesn't know you're doing big business in Beijing?
I step back and say, what do you want?
I owe some loan sharks. You're so rich now, why not help me pay it off?
Liu Daking rushes over as he speaks. I grip my bag and throw it at him, about to turn and run back. Oh, someone stepped forward, kicked Liu Daking flying 2 meters away. Then went over and pinned Liu Daking down. Liu Daking had no chance to fight back. I was stunned when I saw that person's back. Why would GNK be here? Afraid Liu Daking would get hurt. I grabbed GNK. GNK, stop fighting, something bad will happen. GNK said coldly to Liu Daking.
Get lost.
Liu Daking, terrified, fled in panic.
I tugged at GNK's sleeve. GNK, thank you, Liang Xiaohui. You didn't come back to school so late.
Don't you know I'd be worried about you?
For a moment, I was dumbfounded. I didn't know how to respond to him. After that night, I never saw Liu Daking again. But my relationship with GNK seemed to have changed as well. Later, I graduated from Tsinghua without a hitch. Within a few years after graduation, I relied on the money I made from selling clothes and my connections to set up a clothing company in Beijing. Before property prices went up, I bought a house and brought my grandma to Beijing to live out her years. I stood by the floor-to-ceiling window in my office, watching the street bustling with traffic, so lively. My phone received a text message. I opened it to check. It said just 2 simple words, come down. I packed up and went down to the first floor. Janke was waiting for me, leaning against his car. I couldn't help smiling and ran to him. From then on, among the countless lights, one light was lit for me.
86-year-old man marries his first love in a grand ceremony. What a beautiful love story. If that old man weren't my husband, after I died, my husband immediately married his first love. The news heavily reported their love. My whole life became a joke. Reborn into a new life, I don't want to eat this half-cooked rice anymore.
Wang Lianhua, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm talking to you.
With a sharp pain on my face, I snapped back to reality. I saw my harsh-looking mother-in-law in front of me. My mouth dropped open in shock.
Didn't she die long ago?
I subconsciously looked around, and realized I was wearing a blue plaid shirt, with a much younger body below. I've been reborn.
Wang Lianhua. I told my son he shouldn't have married you. You old so, what can you do right? Why is the footbath water you gave me so hot? Are you trying to scald me to death?
My mother-in-law forcefully poured the freshly prepared footbath water onto the ground. My husband Zhou Gui happened to come back from outside. Seeing this, his expression didn't change. He washed his hands briefly and went into the inner room. A chill filled my heart. In the previous life, he was the same. He left the entire family to me, including taking care of his paralyzed mother. In this life, I will never be bullied by them again. I let out a cold laugh. I bent down, picked up my mother-in-law's footbath, and threw it away with force. You think it's too hot? Then don't wash. The foot basin rolled across the yard, making a loud grating noise. Mother-in-law probably never expected that I, who'd always been so obedient, taking beatings and scoldings without a peep, would actually stand up for myself.
Oh heavens! Oh ancestors! Look at this daughter-in-law!
She raised her hands and started wailing desperately. Normally, I would have softened my voice and coaxed her. But now, I just crossed my arms over my chest and stared coldly at her. Zhou Gui walked out and frowned, scolding me, Wang Lianhua.
This is my own mother. How can you talk to her like that?
I laughed. When you were being taken care of, why didn't you see my efforts? But the moment I stop serving, you immediately jump out to blame me. Zhou Gui, I want a divorce. This time, even my mother-in-law stopped wailing, like a goose with its neck being squeezed. Not a single sound came out. Aren't you in love with your first love? We'll divorce, go be with her.
What's all the fuss about? There's nothing between me and her.
Yeah, after all, she's the young lady. Not as easy to fool as I am. You haven't even won her over yet. Right? Zhou Gui's face darkened. He shook his sleeves. Without saying a word, he walked out. I called my 2 children from the corner, over to me. Gigi, Zai Shi. Do you two want mom and dad to divorce?
Mom, is it because dad doesn't love you?
A wave of bitterness surged in my heart. Even a 5-year-old can see the situation. In my past life, it was as if my eyes were glued shut. I was fooling myself until death. Gigi is 9 years old, he thinks further ahead. He nodded like a little adult.
If doing this makes mom happy, I support mom's decision.
My eyes stung. I pulled both children into my arms. Grandma's shrill voice rang out.
No, you can't get divorced. Who would want you if you divorce? Slut.
Hearing what Grandma said, the 2 kids looked at her with expressions of silent resentment. I sighed. It's my fault for teaching them to be too gentle. I always told them not to talk back to Grandma. Now they're already learning to read the room at such a young age. Ever since I married Zhou Gui, weren't for me at home taking such meticulous care of his mother, could he be so carefree out there? But me, what was the result of supporting this whole family? I remembered my past life, and felt a dull ache in my heart. In my past life, I worked myself to the bone for Zhou Gui my whole life, selflessly giving my best years. He gave me the silent treatment, but I still bore it without complaint. 60 years of bitterness. Zhou Gui became a prominent principal. And I, due to overwork, ended up with a bunch of ailments. Died young. Soon after I died, my soul had not yet dissipated. Zhou Gui immediately married his first love, Lin Shu. By then, it was the era of new media. Various media outlets trumpeted the news. The love story of Zhou Gui and Lin Shu. An 8-6-year-old man marries his first love. A touching lifelong romance. My soul had not yet dissipated. I saw the comments section full of praise and envy.
Oh my god, this is true love. If I had a man like that, loving me, I'd be set for life.
See? Men only truly love one person their first love.
At that time, I saw in the wedding, a pair of bright red vertical banners. 60 years of separation, like birds flying apart, no letter can capture the melody of longing. I, the first wife, became a joke. My children, now all grown up, stood by at the wedding, looking particularly awkward. Now, seeing my 2 little ones still young, I silently vowed in my heart, this half-baked marriage I've endured it my whole life. In this life, I don't want to stomach it anymore. Pulling myself together, I let out a cold laugh, and said to He Shuzhen, I must get a divorce. You complain that I don't serve you well? Then let your precious son find you a new daughter-in-law. With that, ignoring my mother-in-law's curses, I took a child by each hand and walked out. I took the 2 kids to town, spent money on 2 bowls of noodles, and let them have a good time for the day. I bought each a set of clothes and a toy. They're still young. No matter how mature, they're still kids at heart. When they saw new clothes and toys, they all had looks of pleasant surprise. Gigi couldn't stop touching the toy in her hands. She looked at me cautiously.
Mom, is it too wasteful for us to spend money like this? Will Dad blame you?
My nose stung. No, don't worry. From now on, Mom will make sure you have a much better life. Gigi cheered. Then she took the toy and went to play with her little sister. I remembered how I supported Zhou Gui's career by cutting back on household expenses. I stretched every penny to the limit. But I ended up neglecting my well-behaved kids. Luckily, now we're starting over. I'll never treat them that way again. Spent the whole day playing with the kids. I took them back to my parents' house. As soon as we got home, my mom came out on her little bound feet, hurrying out. Her face was beaming like a flower.
What brings you here? Come to Grandma, my little darlings.
I felt even more guilty. Since I got married, I've only come home a handful of times. While I was busy taking care of my mother-in-law, I never once thought that my own mother was all alone at home by herself. I composed myself and said, I want a divorce from Zhou Gui.
Did he bully you?
Her unquestioning trust made all my grievances burst out. I nodded tearfully and threw myself into her arms. He never really wanted to marry me. He only loves his first love, Lin Shu. I poured out all my grievances completely and utterly. My mom was so angry her lips trembled.
This marriage has to end. But what about the kids?
I know what she's thinking. But I've already lived a lifetime. With the wisdom from my past life, I can definitely support 2 kids. There are plenty of strong single mothers. Rather than finding them a cold father, it's better to raise them on my own. I must keep both kids with me.
Then let's go get a divorce now.
My mom is efficient. She took me, Gigi, and Zai Shi back home. Just as we entered the yard, I heard my mother-in-law complaining.
Oh, you have no idea. My daughter-in-law is so tough. Whoosh, she just threw my footbath right out. Look at that. You don't know the kind of bullying I endure every day.
My mom walked in. She said coldly,
My daughter told me, but I didn't believe it. Since that's the case, then let's get a divorce, let's part on good terms.
And that's when I saw many village aunties sitting around, watching my good mother-in-law, who was gossiping about me behind my back. He Shujin's face immediately became visibly flustered.
Oh, in-laws, what brings you here?
If I hadn't come, I wouldn't have known that my daughter was being talked about like this behind her back.
Just kidding, just kidding. What's this about a divorce, in-laws?
Just divorce. I want to divorce your son, Zhou Gui, I said coldly. The aunties around watching the drama exchanged glances, their gossipy hearts ignited. I realized this was an opportunity. I didn't let He Shujin get a word in, I said loudly. Ever since I married into your family, everyone in the neighborhood knows I get up before dawn every day to work. I wash clothes, cook, and take care of you. I gave your family a son and a daughter. I've done my duty to you. But how did you treat me? I covered my face and cried. Just today, I poured foot washing water for you and washed your feet. The water temperature was just right. But you lost your temper at me again.
Called me an old sow.
Low murmurs started around us. I sneered inwardly. Good thing I was so meek before. The whole village knows that the Zhou family married a hardworking and uncomplaining daughter-in-law.
These aunties are really something.
Soon everyone will know that Zhou Gui and his mother bully me. This marriage, they'll have to end it whether they like it or not. I keep crying. In winter, you wanted me to hand wash your clothes. The river water was so cold. I had just given birth. You made me go. I went anyway.
But that wasn't the end of it. As soon as I got back, you said I disrespected you.
You punished me by making me sleep in the woodshed.
This actually happened.
Many villagers saw it. These words caused an uproar. To make a woman who just gave birth wash clothes in the river during the bitter cold, that's too cruel. Countless accusing eyes fell on He Shujin's face. Her old face flushed red. I cried out loudly. And what about Zhou Gui? I'm a rural woman with no money. He's never given me a single penny since we got married. I raised 2 kids and have to take care of his mother. Is it easy? For some food money, I go out every day to collect cardboard. And this is how Zhou Gui treats me. It's all because of the apple of his eye. The professor's daughter, Lin Shu. If Zhou Gui can't let go of Lin Shu, then he shouldn't have married me, Wang Lianhua, and had 2 children. What kind of man is he?
Enough.
I turned around and saw Zhou Gui walking in with a dark face.
You want a divorce, don't you? I'll set you free.
These days, mutual consent divorces are quick. But I didn't expect that at the Civil Affairs Bureau, something else would go wrong.
This is the Zhou family's grandson. He must stay.
She pointed at Zhou Zhijie standing beside her. Zhijie pressed his lips together. He held his sister's hand, and looked at me pleadingly. The Civil Affairs Bureau staff hesitated. In principle, the children should go to the parent with an income.
I don't want that worthless girl. My grandson must stay.
Since there are 2 children, you take one, I'll take one. GGE stays.
I almost laughed at his shamelessness. Ever since the child was born, when has he ever fulfilled his duties as a father? But I also know Zhou Gui's temper. He's the most filial. He won't refute He Shujin's words. Once he says it, he'll definitely go through with it. I thought for a moment and agreed readily. Zhou Gui looked at me in surprise, as if he hadn't expected me to agree so quickly. But I had already walked up to Gigi and whispered a few words in his ear. Gigi's chubby face showed a maturity beyond his years. He nodded firmly at me. I suppressed the slight bitterness and pride in my heart, took the divorce certificate, and left holding Zaixi's hand. There was hardly anything of mine in that house. I didn't even pack any clothes and brought Zaixi back to my parents' home. The moment my mom saw me, her face lit up with joy. Then she asked in surprise,
"Where's Gigi?"
He Shujin took him, but Mom, don't worry. Soon she'll be begging me to send Gigi back. I knew He Shujin was no good. Lianhua, you've worked so hard these years. I gave Zaixi a piece of candy and told her to go play. Then I discussed with my mom. Mom, rest assured. Gigi won't suffer at their place. I'm planning to go to the county town and try my luck. I'm raising the child alone. I can't go on like this forever. I need to find a way for the child. My mom hesitated for a moment.
Where do you plan to work?
Not working. I want to open a shop. A restaurant?
I don't agree. Opening a restaurant is for big bosses. What if you lose money?
Mom, you rest assured. I'll just open a small diner. A person has to take a chance. What if I actually make it? I talked her into it, after much pleading. I also brought up Gigi being at the creek. Finally managed to convince my mom. What my mom doesn't know is that in my past life, to take good care of Zhou Gui, I put a lot of effort into cooking. After I had the means, I even went to a famous local chef and learned a few signature dishes, but in this era now, those future famous dishes haven't appeared yet. If I introduce them in this era, it's a total game changer. Just as I was thinking about where to pick a location for the shop, my mom came out carrying a thick cloth bundle and opened it in front of my surprised eyes. Inside was a stack of cash, big and small denominations, some clean, some crumpled. Mom, I called out, unable to speak. I just held my mom's hand tightly.
Don't be pathetic, crying like that. We need to show them what we're made of. Let that Zhou family see that the Wang family's daughter is no pushover.
With my mom's money and some of my own savings, I went to town alone. The town now isn't as developed as it will be in the future, but it's still bustling and you can see its later charm. Following my memory, I found a shop that would become popular later. Right now, that place is still a small street. I walked into a bungalow. Boss, is this house for rent? The boss was a middle-aged man with an honest look, sitting in a rocking chair dozing off. Hearing my words, he stood up in surprise.
What did you say? You want to rent this place?
I plan to rent it for about 2 years. This location is particularly good. I need to secure it quickly, in case something unexpected happens later.
Then name your price.
I immediately gave a fair price. The other party agreed immediately. When signing the contract, the kind boss still reminded me,
Miss, I have to warn you, there aren't many people around here. You're renting for 2 years straight. If you're planning to do business, you should think it through.
I smiled slightly. I've thought it through. He doesn't know, but I do. In less than half a month, a large construction team will come here. Those workers will be my main customers. The contract was signed smoothly. The boss left grinning from ear to ear. I was really pleased too. That afternoon, I hit up a bunch of renovation shops. I settled on the name for my restaurant. I decided it would be called Lotus Restaurant. After all that, it cost me a pretty penny. Even with what my mom gave me, my wallet was almost empty. I gritted my teeth. I had to make every penny count. Apart from the necessary tables, chairs, bowls, and chopsticks, and the kitchen sign, I left everything else as is. I had to take a gamble, hoping that my cooking skills would bring in plenty of customers. After finishing all that, it was already sunset. Exhausted, I walked home. As soon as I got home, I saw at the doorstep the last person I wanted to see. Zhou Gui was standing at my door, looking a bit hesitant. What are you doing here? I rolled my eyes, annoyed. Zhou Gui's eyes lit up when he saw me, and he walked over.
Perfect timing. Come back with me and help look after my mom.
I thought there was something wrong with my ears. Instinctively, I picked my ear. Zhou Gui, are you out of your mind? If I remember correctly, we've been divorced for a day now, right? Zhou Gui rubbed his fingertips. As he looked at me, his brow furrowed instinctively.
After all, she was your mother-in-law, and Gigi is still here. How can my mom, who's half paralyzed, take care of Gigi? If you still care about our past as a couple, come back and help take care of my mom.
I laughed at that. Zhou Gui saw me laughing and thought he had a chance. But the next second, I picked up a broom nearby and smashed it over his head as hard as I could. Screw you. Do you think I'm your free maid? Get lost. Go away. Zhou Gui fled with his head in his hands from my beating. He even shouted at me.
You cold-hearted woman. Isn't Gigi your child? What's wrong with you going back to take care of him?
I said, why was Zhou Gui, who was always cold toward the child, this time suddenly wanting to keep Gigi? It turned out he wanted to use this to tie me down. He still thought I was the foolish, easily manipulated village woman. After I gave him a beating, Zhou Gui, who was weak and powerless, slunk away in disgrace. My mom, who watched the whole thing, was bent over laughing on the side.
I thought he himself could take care of that old lady for at least 3 days. Can't even last a day. And he still wants you to go back. What a shameless move.
My mom linked her arm with mine and told me about the recent situation. Without me at home taking care of his Shuzhen, she's half paralyzed, and finally got a taste of her own medicine. No one to wash clothes, no one to cook, she just lies in bed wailing every day. Then my mom asked me,
how did things go today?
Pretty smoothly. But the money is almost gone. Facing the unknown, I felt, for no reason, a surge of fear in my heart. What if I fail this time? But soon, I shook that thought out of my head. I absolutely cannot allow myself to fail. My mom also knew I was tired today, so she changed the subject.
Jujie, that kid is really clever. You don't know. Today, the Zhou Gui family is in an uproar.
I got interested as soon as I heard that. I immediately urged my mom to tell me more.
Oh my, that kid, early in the morning, before dawn, he got his grandma up and about demanding pancakes and porridge. Isn't he Shuzhen paralyzed? How could she manage to do that?
A little later, he said he wanted to wash his Shuzhen's face, but he couldn't hold the hot water steady.
And almost scalded her half to death. In the morning, he went to let the chickens out, but 3 of them got lost. You know Shuzhen, treats those old hens that don't lay eggs like treasures.
My mom was laughing uncontrollably. I also pursed my lips and smiled. That Gigi kid is really smart. After listening to me that day, he was able to do this much. I guess soon his Shuzhen will be eager to send him back. I touched the head of the sleeping Zaishi's little head. I quietly made a decision. In this lifetime, I will live the life I want. Early the next morning, I took an ox cart to town, to my shop. The simple and cozy sign had already arrived. I directed 2 workers to hang it up. The shop was starting to look decent, though the street was a bit quiet. I knew the saying, good wine needs no bush. I rolled up my sleeves and started cooking the saozi. I learned this saozi noodle dish up north in my past life. The key flavor is in the saozi itself. I took out the braised pork belly from the night before and diced it into tiny cubes. Stir-fried them in hot oil. Then, I scooped out the pork cubes, leaving only the fragrant oil behind. Added dried tofu, bamboo shoots, and shredded carrots, and turned up the heat. Soon, a rich aroma filled the air. The two workers setting up tables outside caught the scent and sniffed excitedly, their throats bobbing.
Boss Wang, what are you cooking?
Two heads poked into the kitchen. Saozi noodles. You two haven't had breakfast yet, have you? Good work this morning. Let me treat you. I turned with a smile, took out two big bowls, laid out the cooled noodles, and ladled 2 scoops of saozi on top.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
The two workers shouted cheerfully and sat down at the table, already eager. I just brought out 2 bowls of noodles with minced meat. Their eyes lit up. They couldn't take their eyes off the noodles. They picked up their chopsticks and started slurping.
So delicious.
Soon, empty. Seeing this, I felt relieved. It seems my cooking was appreciated.
Boss Wang, how much is a bowl? We can't just eat for free.
It's not worth much. I said it's on me, so it's on me.
That won't do.
Really, no need to pay. Just bring me customers later. Then I'll be happy.
Boss Wang, with so much meat in it, won't you lose money?
There's no meat at all.
What? I definitely tasted meat.
I explained, this is the seasoning method. Using braised meat juice and stir-fried meat oil, I fry the pre-prepared vegetables and they taste almost like fresh meat. But the cost is low. From now on, my customers are all hard workers. They're not picky. If they can use the money for groceries to taste meat, it's the best deal. And the leftover braised meat and stir-fried meat can make a few side dishes for lunch, earning extra money. Everyone's happy. The 2 workers left, suddenly enlightened. I thought I'd only have 2 customers on my first day, but before long, a few more customers, drawn by the aroma, came. Delighted, I immediately went to the kitchen frantically making noodles. By noon, I had sold 25 bowls of noodles. This result was better than I expected. And with 25 sold, the cost I put in yesterday was already recouped. From now on, it's pure profit. Just as I was happily daydreaming about a wonderful future, suddenly, into my shop, a short man rushed in.
Hey, Lianhua. I finally found you. You need to go back quickly. Your mom and Zhou Guai's mom are fighting.
What? My mind went blank. Without even taking off my apron, I hurriedly ran after him. At the village, a crowd had gathered around Zhou Gui's house. I could hear arguing from inside. I squeezed through the crowd. Grabbed my mom's hand. Looked her up and down. Her hair was a mess, but she wasn't hurt. Then I saw Zhijie and Zixi nearby. The kids were fine. I finally breathed a sigh of relief.
Oh. Our big shot is back. He Shuzhen's sarcastic voice rang out. I told you, lowlifes stay lowlifes. Look. Just look. Back at my house, she was picking up cardboard. And now, she works as a chef. What a joke. You'll end up losing your shirt.
You son of a bitch.
I looked at her. I gotta say, without me looking after her, he Shuzhen is having a rough time. In the middle of summer, she probably hasn't bathed in days. Sticky and clammy. A faint, unpleasant smell. But still, she was thinking about something that made her happy. Her face was glowing. My mom heard that. And she blew her top again. She raised her claws ready to scratch. Mom, let me handle this. Yi Shuzhen thought I was weak, so she laughed even harder.
I'm telling you, Wang Lianhua, you're not welcome at my house anymore. My Guia is going to marry a professor's daughter from Nancheng.
As soon as she said that, the crowd buzzed with excitement. For people nowadays, Nancheng is a huge place. The professor's daughter from Nancheng, that would be a real young lady. Not someone like us, humble folks, could ever reach, but now Zhou Gui has reached it. I frowned too. Maybe my rebirth caused a butterfly effect. In the previous life at this time Zhou Gui hadn't even seen Lin Shu's face. He Shuzhen saw me frown. Thought I regretted it. Got even more smug.
Wang Lianhua. It's too late for regrets now.
Regret my ass. Your Zhou Gui is just a coward. I wouldn't take him even if you paid me $1 million. Now going to Nancheng to sell his ass? Think that young lady would want you? What kind of family? I spoke crudely and loudly. Triggered laughter all around. He Shuzhen's face darkened. She waved Gigi over.
Wang Lianhua, I'll wait for you to regret this. Come here. Gigi, let daddy find you a rich stepmom.
Gigi looked at me reluctantly. I gently shook my head at him. He pursed his lips. He had to leave with Yi Shuzhen first. All right, nothing to see here. Scatter. I waved to disperse the crowd.
It's okay, Lianhua. That Zhou family is just awful. Your divorce is a good thing.
Thank you. Leaving Zhou Gui's house. My mother clenched her teeth. That damn Yi Shuzhen. Damn Zhou Gui. Mom. I have good news for you, my restaurant business was good today. I told Mom about what happened this morning. My mom cheered up again. Then she looked worried.
If we can raise the child ourselves, let's do it. We need to get Gigi back quickly. Gigi is so sensible. Don't let that old witch Shujin spoil him. Zhou Gui doesn't care about him either.
I nodded. That's what I thought too. Originally, I thought I'd let Gigi make trouble for them as much as he could. Shujin is paralyzed. She'd definitely find it unbearable and send him back. But now I realize I was too naive. I need to figure out a way. Suddenly, a thought struck me. Maybe I can use Lin Shu to my advantage. Once I had an idea, I acted on it. That very day, I had Zixi run over to talk to her brother, to have Zhiji express his dissatisfaction with Lin Shu. No matter what, he doesn't want a stepmom. I even had him make threats. If Lin Shu comes, he doesn't know what he might do. Zixi is clever and sly. As soon as she heard my instructions, she went to find Zhijie. Right after that I spent money to hire an old woman from the same village to whisper in Shujin's ear every day, just saying that Zhiji's heart is only with his own mother. Whether he'll be filial or not is another matter. I'm afraid Lin Shu might come and do something irreversible, something about Lin Shu and Zhou Gui's relationship. Most importantly, if Lin Shu and Zhou Gui end up together and give her a big fat grandson, then what's the point of keeping my Wang Lianhua's seed around? Meanwhile, Zhiji stepped up his torment of Shujin within a short time. Shujin sent for me to come to her house.
You little brat. Take him back, now.
I saw Zhijie's innocent expression and Shujin covered in manure. The stench almost made me laugh out loud. What are you doing? I have a daughter, that's enough, you take him back. Shujin was furious and pushed Zhiji toward me.
Take him away, I'll have plenty of grandsons later, I don't want this little rascal.
I pretended to hesitate repeatedly as Shujin, in her rage, said whatever came to mind, only agreed when she said she'd write a certificate. Zhiji finally came back to me, seeing them playing together, brother and sister. I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Thinking about how Shujin looked so relieved, I snorted. I don't believe in past lives that Lin Shu's father looked down on Zhou Gui. At this moment the two of them can still be together. Probably Shujin is arranging to find a next wife for Zhou Gui. Zhou Gui had no choice but to tell. And Shujin thought it was a done deal and was overjoyed. Even if Lin Shu married Zhou Gui, it would definitely be a mess. Lin Shu, as a professor's daughter, how could she ever manage Zhou Gui's household, while enduring poverty, and also take care of his half-paralyzed mother? Shujin, that old witch, is so demanding. In the dead of winter, she still makes me boil water to bathe her. Only someone as patient as me would put up with it. Their miserable life ahead, I can't wait to see it. Early in the morning, after settling the two kids, I went to the restaurant. As soon as I opened the door, the two workers I saw yesterday brought a bunch of men in work uniforms and came over.
When they saw me,
they were overjoyed.
It's open, it's open. Boss Wang's shop is open.
He shouted, and all the workers came in and sat down. In fact, because there weren't enough seats, many had to stand.
Boss Wang, 1 bowl of minced noodles. And half a pound of braised pork.
Boss Wang, same for me.
The shop was filled with the sounds of ordering. How come so many people?
They're building a big building next door. These are new coworkers I met on the job. None of them had breakfast. I brought them here to boost your business, boss.
Just as I remembered. They're gonna build a big building next door. I quickly said thanks, and got busy in the kitchen. Bowl after bowl of noodles came out, and they ate every last bite. That morning kept me running around, but I was happy inside. Not only that, at noon, those workers came back for lunch. By the end of the day, I was grinning ear to ear counting the money. After subtracting the cost, I'd almost earned back half of the renovation cost. Such a great start, really promising for the future. On the way home today, I was over the moon. I felt like I was walking on air. I bought 2 pairs of new shoes for the kids, and some pastries for Mom. When I told Mom about today's earnings, she perked up too. Then, she pulled me aside mysteriously.
You know what? Zhou Gui actually brought that young lady from Nanchang back home.
What? I was shocked. I had a feeling something had changed. Mom said the whole village went to see Zhou Gui and Lin Shu. Lin Shu is indeed beautiful. Shujin was also very pleased. But I just let it go in one ear and out the other. Now, this person Zhou Gui has nothing to do with me anymore. Instead, I'm grateful that heaven gave me this chance to live the way I want. Now both of my precious kids are by my side. For them and for my mom, I've got to give it my all. As for Zhou Gui, he's been a father for so long, but he never acted like one. Now that I'm free of him, free of everything related to him, it's actually a good thing. So I happily started gossiping with my mom, talking about Zhou Gui's first love. In my previous life, I only knew he pined for her his whole life. I only caught a glimpse of her at the wedding after his death. I don't know if, back when I was with Zhou Gui, the two of them did anything inappropriate behind my back. If they did, then Lin Shu jumping into that fire pit isn't so bad. Anyway, I don't want to be that devoted housewife anymore. As for Lin Shu herself, I'm indifferent. My mom said that when Lin Shu came over that day, he Shuzhen tried to pull the mother-in-law act on her, but Lin Shu just pulled a long face and left. Zhou Gui yelled, "Mom! This isn't Wang Lianhua. Could you please not cause me more trouble?" And then rushed out after her. He Shuzhen's face was a whole spectrum of colors. My mom was overjoyed. Then she got indignant for me.
What kind of talk is that? What do you mean, not Wang Lianhua? Are you the only one who's easy to fool?
I calmed her down. Whatever. Anyway, we have no relationship now. And the two kids are fine.
You just wait. Zhou Gui is so selfish. And He Shuzhen is a troublemaker. Their life will be a mess.
I didn't say anything wrong. Zhou Gui, at 86, went to marry his first love. Back then he was wealthy and high-ranking. But now, he's broke. Love without material foundation is like scattered sand. What's more, there's that troublemaker He Shuzhen. In the following days, I was at my Lotus restaurant. My business was getting better and better. After 3 months, I had a large sum of money in hand. With more money, I felt completely relaxed. My mind became more active. Now, my restaurant mainly sells breakfast and lunch fast food because the customers are the nearby workers. Even with my great skills, I can't show them off. But my reputation is out there. As long as I open a branch and raise the menu and prices a few notches, maybe I can make that business work. The kids are getting older. I want them to receive a better education. Resources will be more and more needed in the future. I started thinking long term, so I used the money I earned in these 3 months to buy a shop front. This shop may look ordinary now, but based on my past life memories, this is a prime location in the future. Then, I borrowed more money and started hiring smart young chefs, signing contracts, and teaching them my signature dishes. Around that time, I heard from my mom that Zhou Gui actually married Lin Shu. They actually got married? I was shocked. In my past life, Zhou Gui dropped out because he was dating the professor's daughter, Lin Shu. Why did they get married in this life too? I couldn't figure it out, but I soon put it out of my mind, because my shop was way too busy. I was running around like crazy. The new Lotus private restaurant opened. I even used my younger daughter's drawing as the logo. Back then, having a logo was very trendy and almost unheard of, but in later times, it often becomes a brand for a shop. I intentionally took a long-term view. Because the new Lotus private restaurant cooked trendy dishes, with a wide variety, it quickly became popular locally. Many out-of-town merchants came to visit. These merchants and officials were among the most wealthy and powerful. They also set the trend for this circle, or rather, choice. In less than a month, my Lotus restaurant's revenue skyrocketed. In this life and the last, this is the first time I've seen this much money. I was almost going crazy with joy. I gave my mom a big red envelope. Then I set my sights on a prime future location. Save up a bit more, I plan to buy for Gigi and the two kids and she, a house each. My mom, money-grubbing as she is, pocketed the money. Then, all secretive, she started gossiping with me.
Hey, you know what? Zhou Gui's family had a big fight. They were going at it, I tell you.
My mom has nothing better to do now than to spy on Zhou Gui's family all day. She knows every little thing that happens. What's going on? Didn't he marry his first love? Shouldn't he be over the moon and put her on a pedestal? I really don't get men. Sigh.
Lin Shu has only been married into the family for a few months. Rumor has it that Lin Shu eloped with Zhou Gui. They didn't even get a marriage license. He Shuzhen thought this new daughter-in-law would be easy to push around. She didn't stay tame for long before she demanded the new daughter-in-law to feed her and do her laundry. Lin Shu put up with it at first. Guess what happened?
My mom clapped her hands.
This afternoon, He Shuzhen pooped her pants again. She told Lin Shu to carry her to a bath and change her pants, but she'd already had a bath that morning.
I knew it. That's how He Shuzhen is. Back when I was still her daughter-in-law, she could have just called me when she needed to go to the toilet. But she purposely pooped her pants instead, making me bathe her and change her clothes. She was so fat and half paralyzed. This whole ordeal wore me out. But she had no consideration for me. Things like this happened 2 or 3 times a day. Whether it was freezing winter or scorching summer, this was He Shuzhen's own devised, teaching a lesson, way for her daughter-in-law. She was asserting her authority, and then
those two started arguing. Lin Shu isn't exactly easygoing. She just grabbed He Shuzhen and gave her a beating. She got chewed out by Zhou Gui for not respecting her own mother. When Lin Shu heard that, I eloped with you, and this is how you treat me, she stormed off in anger. Anyway, they don't have a marriage certificate. Now Zhou Gui is at a loss, crying over his mother and pining for his first love. He's still out looking for Lin Shu, trying to win her back.
My mom and I laughed our heads off. After getting out of that mess, I felt so relieved. My life is pretty routine, mostly at home, shuttling between the restaurant and the diner. Of course, hard work paid off. I met a lot of people and learned a lot. Only then did I realize, apart from kitchen and housework, leaving the life of a housewife, having a career out there, how wonderful it really is. That day I got home, and there he was again, Zhou Gui, pacing outside my door. What are you doing here? The moment I saw him, I felt nothing but disgust. I don't know how in my past life, I was so blind to fall for him. He turned around, and the moment he saw me, you could visibly see shock and hesitation on his face.
Are you Wang Lianhua?
Of course I knew what he was surprised about. The me now was no longer the dusty, sallow-faced housewife I used to be. I was wearing a custom-made, well-fitted dress, and my hair was curled. The success in my career had made me confident. Even my own mother would say I changed a lot. Who else would it be? A flash of admiration crossed Zhou Gui's eyes. He reached out to take my hand, but I dodged.
Lianhua, I know you've come back. I was wrong. I was terribly wrong. Come back. I'm the father of our child. Let's build a home for our child together.
My heart skipped a beat. I looked closely at Zhou Gui now. The him now had a lot more weariness and experience in his eyes. This wasn't the Zhou Gui of this lifetime. He had come back too. What? I've fulfilled your wishes in this life. You married your first love. Not happy? Not satisfied? Zhou Gui thought I was jealous. He visibly relaxed.
Don't even mention that Lin Shu, Lianhua. Only now do I realize how good you really are. Usually, if it weren't for you taking care of the home, looking after the kids and the elderly, how would I have had the time and energy to build my career? That Lin Shu, day in and day out, all she knows is order me around to do this and that, telling me to buy this and that, and she doesn't even take care of my mom. Really, she's just a pretty face I married. Lianhua, please come back. I can't live without you. And the kids can't be without their father, can they? My mom says she really likes you. As long as you come back, she won't go against you anymore. I really regret it, Lianhua.
After hearing Zhou Gui's long confession, I couldn't help but laugh. Zhou Gui thought he had moved me. He looked at me with surprise and expectation, but the next second, I slapped Zhou Gui hard across the face. Fuck you. Do you want this blessing? Meeting Zhou Gui's incredulous gaze, I kept going. Zhou Gui, you're not even human. Do you think I'm still your maid? Haven't I been your maid long enough? Get the hell away from me. Don't let me see you again. And Lin Shou. I used to hate her, but now I just feel sorry for her. If you're a real man, and want to enjoy her beauty and elegance, you have to pay the price. Instead of enjoying it while nitpicking that she doesn't take care of the family. Don't forget, she is also a professor's precious daughter, a princess. And you? You're such a waste. You married her, and now you're finding faults again. You run away from problems. You know he Shuzhen bullies me all the time, and you pretend not to see it. Our 2 kids are about to start school. Now you think of it? Don't play innocent with me. I was wondering why heaven let someone like you be reborn. It's so you can witness my good life now. I rattled off a whole bunch of stuff, looking at him with disgust. Get out. Get far away. Do you think getting back with me is a blessing? Let me tell you, it's like crap. Get out, get out. I made a move to grab the broom nearby, and Zhou Gui ran away in panic. I laughed. I laughed until I cried. For how unworthy I was before. After crying enough, I touched the bills in my purse, and my mood brightened again. That loser Zhou Gui doesn't know that I'm now the boss of half a street. Next, my goal is a whole street. Humming a tune, I opened the door. In the distance, I saw 2 small figures running toward me, and Mom standing by the doorframe, smiling.